Well, hello and welcome to this afternoon's live safari. We're starting off with a bird, I believe Charlie found on Charlie Safaris. For our birders, it's almost certainly, if you weren't on Charlie's Charlie Safari, a new bird for you. It is a broad-billed roller. There's a pair of them just below camp. This one is sitting on the power lines. But isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Really wonderful birds. Who can tell me why we don't see them all year long? And if you know, where do the rollers go? Well, obviously, quite a few different species of roller. The European roller, quite obviously, goes all the way to Europe. Now, our birds that we get in the northeast of South Africa are quite unusual to where they migrate to spend the winter months, and they generally arrive a little bit earlier than the others. So if you've seen broad-billed rollers on safari in East Africa, you won't see them when they're here, or if you've seen them in Zambia, Botswana, those generally migrate up to Senegal, Gambia, all the way through to Ethiopia. But our rollers, and particularly rollers that arrive this early in October, because the other set of rollers that are coming from sort of Senegal, Gambia, Ethiopia tend to arrive a little bit later in the year, in November. But the rollers that are arriving at this time of the year are coming from Madagascar. So that's quite a nice little fun fact. So I wonder if this roller speaks French. But we've got some exciting news. Let's see who's here. We've got Connie, Barbara, Carol, Mary, Karen, and am I missing anyone? I hope not. Elsa, Deneen, and we're going to keep moving because we've got an exciting spot to start the drive on. We're slowly making our way towards the boma. We're going to go check on the wild dog puppies. Of course, I think most of us now have sort of caught up on a little bit of a rest. It was quite a, what's the word I'm looking for? Quite a busy week. I don't even know what day it is. What day is it, Charles? And Charles is deciding he's going to be a man of leisure this afternoon. He's going to enjoy the safari from the back seat. Is it Wednesday? I knew I lost a day somewhere. For some reason I thought we caught the wild dogs on Sunday, but we actually did that on Monday. Now, a lot of you would have heard already. Oh, hello Jan as well. That there's, summer is coming. This is where I torture cameramen. There's a beautiful butterfly. Come land nicely for Andrew. Oh. Thinking about it. Nightmares, yes. Summer is coming, which means I get to torture cameramen with birds and bugs. Bye, citrus swallowtail. That was a citrus swallowtail butterfly. Everyone's saying, hello, Charles. There we go, number 90, the broad-billed roller for Mary's list. Getting close to the magical century there, Mary. Connie, Carol, Barbara, Karen, saying hello to Charles. So we're going to go have a check-in on the dogs at the boma now. So as I was saying, unfortunately, we are going to have to amputate the one dog's leg. So the old boy, the very dark dog, and that's going to be happening on Friday. And we are going to be putting together a little bit of a program for that, so keep your eyes on our social media. But what we will be doing is we need to raise some funds for the surgery. Obviously that wasn't sort of in the plan, not sure how bad the snare was. Fortunately, the second dog, who also had a snare, that should heal up as is, probably won't need stitches or any of that, so that should heal up nicely. But the dog with the snare that had cut through all the ligaments and tendons in his foot, they're going to have to amputate quite high. And the reason they're going to amputate high is so it doesn't leave a stump that's going to bang against stuff. And there's three-legged dogs all over, three-legged wild dogs, three-legged hyenas, that all survive quite well. And obviously being part of cooperative hunters like a wild dog is, his friends will look after him, and his friends have probably been looking after him for quite some time. So for those of you who might not have been with us while we were doing the capture, 4 of the dogs were on the side of where we were. Then we thought, because no one had seen the sore-legged dog, I hadn't seen him since Saturday morning. So we thought possibly he might have died. We didn't know what would happen. He might have been hit by a car, he might have been shot. And while we were working on one of the other dogs, all of a sudden we heard whoo, 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 him calling from the other side of the main tar road on another farm. So we made, Ben and Jerry quickly and jumped up in the chopper, flew across the road, managed to find him in the helicopter, dart him, pick him up in the helicopter, and then bring him to us. So that was incredible work by them. And then we went and caught the remaining 2 and then moved all of them together to the boma, where they are now happily. They got some nice and free impala. And here we go. Carol says, my neighbor has a 3-legged cat that's a speed demon. Thank you, Jan. Jan says, you always know what's best to do for them. Grateful you rescued him, so he has a chance for the future. Yes, indeed. Everyone's all saying, hello, Andrew. Matt's in final control. Indeed, poor little boy. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go check, just keep a check on. I've got the big camera here, see if we can get some photos. He might have already got rid of the bandage. We knew that was going to happen. They pull him off quite easily, but it was just easier for the time to bandage it, to keep that wound clean. And so what we're going to do, the surgery and sort of the post-treatment of the dog is going to cost about $1,500, more or less. So we are going to, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little auction coming up in the not too distant future, where whoever, and unfortunately just because it is the nature of the surgeries and the follow-up treatments and the medicines are very expensive, the antibiotics, and darting him, so we're going to dart him and actually take him into a surgery in town, and what that means is that it is going to be relatively expensive. So we're going to start an auction probably around $1,000, and whoever decides to do that, wins that auction, will be able to keep up live, and it'll be their choice whether they want to do it privately, have a private experience live with going to follow up on the dog while we go check on him with the vets, because he will probably have to be darted another couple of times just to make sure that wound's healing properly and there's no infection. Or you could make it public. That will be up to you, and we can sort that type of stuff out. So fortunately, we're really, really thankful for ProVet, Pete Rogers and Dr. Debbie English, because they're going to do the surgery and then we will figure out the payment later. So quite exciting stuff. And then of course, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. We're trying to do some genetic testing on some females to bring them in, but we do have a backup plan if we don't get those females. Grant and I were chatting about it yesterday, to get a separate female in. So that's the news for now. Jan, it is maddening that snaring is taking place. Mary, indeed, you must have a little sympathy for the people that pulled snares out for sustenance. So Mary, unfortunately at the moment we're dealing with snares that are not for sustenance. We are dealing with sort of commercial meat poaching. So that's not the guy setting 5 or 6 snares to try feed his family. They're setting 100, 200 snares and they are selling the meat to illegal sort of game meat restaurants and that. So it is a complicated one. We have been chatting quite extensively to the guys involved in the security and stuff like that, and what's the best way or way forward for us to be able to combat that, because at the moment we are very reactive. So when an animal has a snare, we react. So we're looking at other ways and other avenues to fund that will be more sort of security based and also intelligence based, to try catch the guys up at the top, not the guys who are actually physically coming in and laying snares. So the buyers, the restaurants and stuff like that, and to try shut those down. So we still have to continue to be reactive. As soon as an animal's got a snare, there needs to be a reaction. But we are looking at other ways and means that can possibly, we'll never stop snaring, but to definitely bring the sort of tide down. At the moment, it is absolutely rife. Yes, Mary says, yeah, those guys can bleep right off. Oh, it's so nice. I haven't been on game drive in Rietspruit in nearly a month and a half. It's nice to be home. For a little while at least. So I know Virm is also working on a plan that we hopefully will have a live cam up at the feeding site in the boma. Now with, oh hello piggies. Oh, disappearing piggies. Bye piggies. With the injuries to the dogs, as well as the wait to find them a girlfriend or girlfriends, they're probably going to be in the boma for an extended period of time. So I think it'd be quite nice to have a camera up there at the feeding station. It also means that guys like Grant don't have to drive all the way out here, or Ronja doesn't have to drive all the way out here to check on the dogs. They'll be able to check on the camera when we go to feed them. More pigs, and all disappearing pigs. Yeah, that one's actually going to stop and have a look at us. Carol, how big is the boma? It's quite big. Probably close to a hectare. It was originally actually, for a long time ago, it was actually even used as an elephant release boma, and then it was redone to be a predator boma. And this predator boma has held lions, it's held cheetahs, wild dogs before, even jackal. And thanks to our pack member contributions, the boma needed some love TLC, and your support enabled us to actually fix the boma. And it was done by obviously our wonderful team, Worm and CS. Okay, now Andrew, I know you haven't been around bomas too often, so even when you do need to move the camera, we just move it really slowly. These dogs have had quite a stressful time. Dad said they were very relaxed yesterday when he came to check on them. But still, we always want to go very slowly, and I'll keep talking, keep my voice very calm. We don't want to do any fast movements. And Dad said they were very relaxed around his vehicle yesterday. They might have thought they were getting a free meal. So even if we don't get to see them too clearly, I'll just check that all the water is. Yeah, they've still got water. Let's see, where's their favorite spot? The last pack we had in here, they liked the other opposite corner. That was their favorite spot to hang out. But you never know. Each pack might have a different spot. They're going to be deep in the shade. We can probably come past again a little bit later if we don't see them this time. Corin, we will organise that. As I said, thankfully, thanks to the kindness of ProVets and Dr. Pete Rogers and Dr. Debbie English, we don't need to rush to donate. We're going to do the operation, and we'll figure out a good plan where everyone can donate for the doggy operation. But keep an eye on our social media. Otherwise, if you do have any other questions, Charles, info at painterdog.tv to, you got them?
No, I'm saying for that.
Or you can go into the app and message us there if you have any questions on how to donate, what's the best way, etc., etc. So Jan, there are other things that as well. So when we get round to it, so the female, when we do get them some girlfriends, we are going to need to find some funding for a collar for the female, as well as some of the genetic testing. So as I said, thankfully we don't have to rush this, so we can get everything organized and have a nice plan for donations for this pack of dogs, whether it be for the surgery or whether it be for bringing them some girlfriends, and the collar to put on the female. So it's always better if you can have multiple collars on the pack, one on the male, one on a male, one on a female, because sometimes even after the bonding they might not like each other and they might split. So we do need to keep an eye on them. And of course, without the collar, it would have been nigh impossible to get these dogs. So just having that collar on it and being able to access the data from the collar to find out where they were. There they are. Now that's how you know you got good eyes. Can anyone else see them yet?
Yeah.
Good. That is a wild dog. Can you believe it? Then we need back forward, Andy. I just see those wonderful Mickey Mouse ears through the bush. So, yeah, they're gone flat now. Let's go a bit forward, see if we can. I think there's another one a bit closer to us. I saw an ear flicking. As I said, we can pop past here when it's a bit cooler. They might be a bit more active. Tell me if you get a gap. Okay. There we go. So you can see they're quite relaxed. They're not running or getting up away from the vehicles. And then it looks like it might go back to sleep. Now, even though we can only see the ears of one, I'm sure all five are very close to each other. They have, there we go, it's back to sleep. They have a very close-knit bond, this group in particular, and they would not leave the poor injured guy for come hell or high water, which is why they stayed in that area for so long. With his injury, he couldn't get under the fence. Okay, well, we know where they are, so I think let's carry on and drive, see if we can find any of the other animals that call the Rietspruit home, and then come back when it's a bit cooler. Maybe they'll be a bit more active. They might be standing up and doing something. Okay, windies. Oh, look at this community nest spider on the fence. Big one. can see the great work that Worm and the guys did here, clearing off there so the electric fence is working properly. You can see the dogs have already thought about trying to test this corner. They are great diggers. So we had our guys here making sure there were no weak points for the dogs to get through. See, naughty doggy tried here already, but he would have got walloped by the fence. Can you see that, Andrew? Let me just go. I'll go a bit wider for you. So naughty doggies have tried to dig out already, but obviously all the work we did repairing and fixing up the boma has worked, because that is a very short attempt before I think they would have got a smack from the electrics. Hello, Lily Mouse. Yes, this is quite a big boma, so there's a lot of privacy and space for them. Karen, are the lionesses in town or far away? When did I see the lionesses? Yesterday morning I saw the lionesses from the helicopter. So I was helping out with the annual game census yesterday, so I spent 4 hours in a helicopter yesterday morning flying grids across the reserve. So they actually weren't too far from here. I think they were heading down towards, might have headed down towards Kudu Krip, so why don't we go have a look down there? We're not too far from that area. Let me just have a quick look where the elephants are, or where the elephant bull is. But I hope all the birders are ready, because summer's coming and our birds are going to be spectacular. And we're going to see quite a few bird species here that we might not have seen as regularly at Pridelands. We've got quite a lot of varied habitat here with the riverine areas. So I think we're going to have an exciting birding summer. What is the date today? The 4th.
We are putting out, leave a mob vehicle in lock, Hazel in charge. Copy, thanks.
Let me just work out where he is.
Kevin, getting mobile, any update?
He was down near Sekwe Dam, but I think let's look for the lions.
Okay, copy, how many on Lowveld? I think it's 4. Okay, thanks.
Did anyone have tracks of the pride or the males this morning?
Brent, where have you got tracks?
No, I was asking if anyone had tracks from this morning. I'm going to go follow up.
I wasn't out for too long this morning. I didn't hear anything.
Alright, copy. I'm going to start checking from Kudu Krip area and then head north.
Any sightings I was aware of this morning, besides some rhino near Lowveld Dam, there were elephants on the southeast fence line, and then there was cheetah on the southern fence going west.
Copy, thanks.
And the elephants pinged at 1:30 at Sekwe Dam, so they're still in that area somewhere.
Copy, thanks. Okay, so no one has managed to find the lions for the last 2 days, but as I said, when I saw them, they were in a block far away from, or not in a block with no roads, and one of the males, so there's two of the males and all the females, and one of the males was just covered in blood, so they might have killed something big in there. But it is a beautiful spring day in the Lowveld. What was actually incredible from the helicopter, we could see quite a few of the trees flowering. So we'll see if we can find you some flowering trees. At the moment, the early flowers for us are the Lowveld gardenias, which are absolutely gorgeous, and what I call the desperate housewife tree. The tree wisteria is also the beautiful, beautiful purple flowers. So as every summer comes around, I'm on the search for my nemesis summer bird. And I've heard it once in Thornybush while on game drive with guests, and I think we were chasing wild dogs. And that is the Madagascar cuckoo. Very rare, and they turn up very infrequently. And I have a bet going with Dr. Ben Miller about this rainy season. We are betting on a bottle of Scotland's finest, and we have to make at the end of the rainy season, I think we decided end of March, we need to have a look at the annual rainfall and whether it's above or below average. And I say we're going to have above average rainfall this year, or this rainy season, and Ben says we're going to have below. But we both agree it's going to be really, really hot. That is one thing we do agree on. So I say it's going to be hot and wet. Ben says it's going to be hot and dry. But we've already had rain. Carol says she's shocked that I know what Desperate Housewives is. Yes, it was quite the thing back in the day, wasn't it? I can happily say I've never watched an episode of it, but I was aware that it existed, and that for some reason, I think it was from a quiz night, that they lived on Wisteria Lane. Charles, did you watch Desperate Housewives? Nope. Andrew, you were too young for Desperate Housewives.
My mom watched.
There we go, Andrew's mom watched Desperate Housewives. No, I did not watch Thomas the Tank Engine either. I forgot to wear my Thomas the Tank Engine hat today. So basically I want to see, when I saw the lions from the helicopter, they were down in this area. So the closest water is probably Kudu Krip. They could have gone through to Seskant if they'd gone straight. So we're going to start at Kudu Krip and then work our way to the north. Oh, did you see a bee-eater? Little or they're resident? Yes, they're resident. You got is he gone? But we got squirrels along. I'm calling. There's looks like fresh leopard tracks. Squirrels alarming. We're not far from, this is that little Kudu Krip, one of the Kudu Krip young females. We're right at Kudu Krip. No, no, she could be watching us. Did she stay in the drainage? Or did she cross? Looks like she went up here. There is a little road that loops around. Let's just shoot around, go the long way to Kudu Krip, because squirrel alarming, very fresh leopard tracks. Charlie the tracker. I do almost every drive. Yeah. The lions and the view of the mountains from this road is great, yeah. It's got a wonderful name, Charles. Pump Road. Okay. So, as we know with quite a few of our leopards, they're quite relaxed at night. But they're not super relaxed during the day. There's a lot of good places for it to hide in here. And the squirrel could be alarm calling at a snake. The snakes have started to get moving now that the temperature has warmed up a bit. The headphones have been here to make my life difficult. Yeah. Just worried if we make too much noise, we might scare the leopard. Proper four. There we go. Unfortunately, I think this road became a dead end, and you're about to see why. It used to cross the river here and it flooded. But there's another way across. Sorry, for some reason my YouTube jack's being funny. Let's restart it. There we go. I promise I have not watched any episodes of Thomas the Tank Engine. She's been around here a lot. There's older tracks here. And she was mating apparently while I was away. It'll be a bit soon for her to have cubs. Hello, Aunt Christine and Valentino. Welcome. There's actually a little natural waterfall here. And what we want to do is see a lovely leopard lying in the sand downstream. Alas, not today, and there's no tracks coming through. Okay. Well, she might be hiding in this area, so when it gets a bit cooler and a bit darker, it might be worth coming to check on our way back to go check on the puppies. for now, let's continue our search for the rounds. We won't tell anyone that you're watching over your shoulder because you're watching at work, aren't you, Christine? Your secret is safe with us. Fresh tracks of a female leopard head south in the Sandsloot from Pompat. I'm not following up. She probably did snack up for a drink, then down into the drainage line, and then heading up hunting. So we actually saw the black rhino cow and calf not far from here as well yesterday morning in the helicopter. That calf is just too cute. Bouncy little thing. Oh, it doesn't look like she came up here. Okay. I think those lions might have headed straight through for Sescant, or they might have actually turned north for Leadwood. So I'm sure everyone heard the unfortunate news. One of those young rhino no, not yet. Come back this way. One of those young rhino that we helped bring through a couple of weeks ago was unfortunately heavily injured by another rhino, and then the lions took a feast. I think you guys did know that though. It's very sad, but it is unfortunately a reality out here. Yeah, so I saw all the little calves from the helicopter. No hopes, Masingitas and the black rhinos. I even saw some eland, some bushbuck from the helicopter, lots of duikers, lots of warthogs, many impalas. And it's quite crazy when you're doing this, you've got to count there's very fresh leopard tracks going upstream from Pompat, and there were some squirrels alarming, but I think she's hiding in there somewhere. Yeah. Thanks, Simon. Okay. But of course, the limpy lion had a massive feast on that poor unfortunate little rhino. Oh, it is a magnificent evening. Yeah, everyone thought she might be a bit old to have another calf, the black rhino, but she proved us all wrong.
Full on to blowback, using the cane close to this.
I'm just checking out, that's where the lions were. That was yesterday morning, and I mean, if they're on a giraffe carcass, they could very well still be there, but we didn't see a giraffe carcass. Some of them were very close to the drainage system. And I said the one male was covered in blood. I always love being able to explore from the air, and particularly because when you're doing game counts, you're flying these very tight grids. And even though, I mean, we know this reserve exceptionally well, I mean, we saw some incredible spots that I want to go walk into in some of the bigger blocks. There's like a little rocky outcrop out here, and there's another one over there. Saw some beautiful trees. So it's always exciting. But I can tell you, we can't, every time we found a herd of impala, we had to turn the helicopter around, go there. They were hiding under the bushes and they didn't move. We had to go beep, 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 beep with the siren. And everyone's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. To try and count the impala. So by all means, the most animals seen were impala. Then probably zebra or giraffe, then zebra. Wildebeest, nyala. Okay, so this is where I'm expecting to see tracks if they've come west. No tracks. Interesting, I tell you, interesting. Now let's see how good my memory is from the air. So they're on a big carcass. I'm surprised not seeing vultures, but is a male line track going to almost not fresh though, but going exactly to where I saw them from the air. Quick look down here. Easier to go through here. No, I think what I'll do, just walking from there. Let's see if we can sneak through here. Nice animal path from the image. Sitting on a big carcass here. The fact that no one picked up tracks this morning. In a very particular guarri thicket. Hello Betty, welcome. So we're going to where I saw the lions, albeit yesterday morning, and I said some of them were covered in blood. So if they've got a big kill in here, they haven't. See if I can find the guarris they were lying in. Watch out. Any tracks here? No tracks. I'm not going to bash too much further through here. Interesting. The lions are being very snuggy today. It's got those male tracks that aren't the freshest. There's another big game path I wanted to check. Nope. Check how big that hole is there. Nah, it's fine. Watch the thorns. Luckily, this is one of the more open areas. Yes, Karen, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Lions actually spent quite a lot of time in this area when Bucket was small. It's the first time I've seen them in this area for a while. Just double checking, are we definitely in the right spot? This is where we saw just up here, the male lion was covered in blood and there were a few vultures around. Maybe it wasn't something big. And the males just came and bullied the ladies off it. One last spot I want to check, and then we will head back towards more traditional tracking, loop around the block. Nope. Okay. Let us find our way back to the road. Andrew, which way?
I have a feeling we directly mid-block, so anyway.
There's a line there, but no, the closest road should be straight ahead.
At the moment on Rhino and Super Dam and Hazel on lock, and I'm on lock with 3 Rhino at Wildebeest Dam. There's no other sightings, 4 different stations. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I'm going to make my way to Kind Lower Lodge. Thank you.
Okie dokie. Where are we going to check next? This is definitely one of the nicer blocks to off-road through. There we go, we made it, we're alive! The tracks going down there. Okay. Let's just check that they haven't hoodwinked us and gone sort of northeast again. Done that to me before, and this central area here is an area a lot of people don't work too often. It's quite big blocks between the roads. But it is still wonderful to be out. Weather is sublime at the moment. A troop of baboons came through here. This massive area here where there's, to my right here, where there's no roads, the big block. We might have ended in there. I think they're in this block here somewhere. Doesn't want to come off. I've been trying to snag it off, but I'm going to have to stop the car before it jumps up and hits me in the head. Yeah, let's say I had a kill here somewhere, those lines. No, the doggies are not being fed today. They were fed on Monday. We're not actually going to feed them till Friday morning. We want them very hungry for when we have to dart them. Indeed, Mary, it is an absolutely stunning day. I think we're going to have quite a special sunset. I just want to make sure there's no line tracks coming out the side. We saw the jock, the big black rhino bull from the helicopter not far from here. And let's not bounce Charles and Andrew off the back, I think, yeah? Otherwise, if you don't go into low range, you're just going to hit this one with quite a bit of speed. Oh, that is not a road? I'm joking, it is. This is a new road that I wanted to check.
Yeah, Gareth. It's through to him that we've left the...
Isn't this an absolutely beautiful area though? I'm looking for lion tracks here. Yep. Who's up for adventure? Me! Well, Karen, I hope we're helping you with a bit of your bush withdrawal. Mary says symptoms include itchy feet, I need to wander, a desire to snarl at humans that come too close. Whoopsie. Little bump. I'm hoping I can get a way through here. So one of my little secret spots that I found walking. I haven't driven through here in a very long time. The last time I drove in here was in the days of Mabai's first litter of cubs. Oop, no, it's going to be a bit deep, I think. Yeah, too deep to cross. Worth a try. I'm going to have to come back here with a team and we need to make a road through here. Karen says, so bad that she's already booked to go back next August. Wow, good to hear, Karen. Hello, Mr. Hornbill. Having a dust bath in a spot that the car caused a little bit of a indentation. We're not looking for hornbills though, Mr. Hornbill, we're looking for lions. Cock. Did Andrew do a good job cleaning the car after all the dogs on Monday? No, I still see wild dog poo smears on the bonnet.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay. Make sure you use disinfectant. Poo smear right there. And there's some blood over there and over there. So our next option, if we don't pick up any tracks here, is we're going to go across west, across the drainage system again, and just make sure they haven't snuck onto the western side in a place where we couldn't see tracks. This is one of my favorite little spots that almost no one ever comes to. And I'm trying to find where they are. There's some, I don't know, they might not have their leaves yet. I'll have to come back when they've got their leaves, but there's a whole bunch, they're starting to get their leaves, of Lobombo terminalias, or Lobombo cluster leaves, which is quite a rare tree. No, they don't have their leaves yet. Okay, we'll have to come back when they got leaves. Lions are being so sneaky. Okay. It's amazing that we know exactly how many lions there are. I saw them from the helicopter and we just can't find a sign of them anywhere. Carol, so Andrew, probably you've a bit idea. When was the last time Mababa and the cub were seen, the cheetahs?
I don't know.
Oh, you've also been on leave.
It was my last game drive. We found her and the cub on the Sutter.
So 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They've been seen since then. Do you know, Charles? Okay. So I'm not sure. So 100% 2 weeks ago on the southern fence line.
Yeah.
Well, nice thing is I don't think a lot of you have been on these roads before that we're driving at the moment looking for the lions. The last track I've got is going north. It's definitely probably from the night for 2 days ago. Let's just cross the Sunsplit River. Make sure there's no tracks here. And there are not.
On the south front fence line of Lowveld. Close to Rietspruit. Only one station in lock at the moment. 5 visual.
We've now looped and we haven't found any line tracks this side, so I think they might have crossed on a hard area or where there was some grass and headed further west.
Station calling about the male cheetah. We are on the southern fence line near Madrid. Could you please explain the location again?
Sounds like the cheetah boys have been found.
Right up there.
Alex, confirm rhino pan on Kaya.
There's also rhino pan in Lowveld, close to the southern fence line. So junction from the Madrid part, you're gonna have to keep coming east, just about before the southeastern corner.
Far away from where we are. That last track we had was probably opposite us here somewhere. And see if they've taken the shortcut through to Seskant. They've done this to me before. Sneaky lions. Fortunately, it looks like no one's driven here this afternoon or this morning, which is great for us to track. Big ahead of Harlow been through here. Civets last night. Around here, it's one of their favorite spots to sort of pop out back onto the road. There we go. Buggers. Okay, we got tracks. They're not fresh, so probably last night, and someone has driven over them, but I don't think they realized they were driving over them. It looks like it was driving quite quickly. So what I'm going to do, because we are almost a full day behind the lines, I'm going to go. If I was a lion, where'd I go? I'm going to go there. So I'm going to jump ahead here. And I'll normally take a shortcut through one of these big rhino pods here. Heading towards Sesant. The worst idea. I think there's water there. Let's go there. Might get lucky with rhino there as well. Actually, I want to rename this road one day. This is Bucket's Road. It's the road we rescued Bucket on. I think it's just called Kudu Link at the moment. Just a little darker. Cautiously watching us. Oh, look at all the bees. It's so dry. Troop of baboons has flattened any other tracks which would have been from last night. Some of it looks like lion, but no, just baboons. Okay. Oh, sorry, Andrew, I wasn't watching there. Isn't that incredible? Thirsty, thirsty bees. At this time of the year, we do get swarming bees as they move to try find water sources and pollen sources. Okay, let's leave the bees to their drinking. Hope the lions make some noise tonight. Because I have no idea. There's tracks there, but they've been driven over. This time of the year, the most sensible route checks the next permanent bit of water. Unless they've done a dirty on us and headed towards Lowveld of South Africa. But Dad was there earlier and he didn't call in any tracks. And if they were going that way, we would have seen the tracks on the roads we were. I think someone has driven over the tracks here and then made it a little bit more difficult for us to figure out where they've gone. But we had those fresh leopard tracks earlier. So I think let's go check there. I haven't done this in a while. Let's go have a look at the sunset. Find you a nice sunset tree, Andrew. Nah, let's do mountains. And maybe the lions will sing for us while we are watching this beautiful scene of the sun setting over the African savannah. And isn't that gorgeous? I was a little bit slow, sorry guys, to actually catch the dipping down of the sun, but such is life. I heard something there for a second. Only thing I can hear apart from the slight buzzing of certain insects, there is a lone crested francolin. Magnificent Drakensberg Mountains. Start hearing in the distance some of the birds getting ready for their evening chorus. Might be able to just hear the call of the emerald-spotted wood dove, the buzz of a spider hunting wasp. I'm saying it looks a bit like a Z for Zorro. I was really hoping those male lions might start roaring. Okay. Let's go see if we can, let's go check the next waterhole.
Afternoon group, there's 5 meters stations on Lowbank. Kevin has 2 runners at Lowveld of South Africa. There were 3 runners heading west from Hippo Dam, the 2 male seeker on the southern fence line of Lowbank near the corner. The runner's hand. And Alex was there. Nothing else to report.
Just gonna pump us straight and over back Martin. Copy that, service. Thank you. Cutting in. I'm not talking now. You must wait until the other people have finished talking. He's talking over Sandy.
I think he's on the wrong radio channel. It is amazing, Mary, how the sky changes so quickly, and every time you look away and look back, there's an equally beautiful but different shot.
Junction, just outside of fence line, still the 1 station in Long.
Where are we off to?
For Rhino, let's come south, but going north.
Station number 1 says Kant South. Confirm north or south of Lemunderen.
Yes, south.
Copy. I'll be joining you in the next 5.
Copy that.
So there is a sighting. I don't know if you heard what it was. I said it's always a good bet at this time of the year to move from waterhole to waterhole to waterhole. Karen thinks it's lions.
You can copy me
Problem. That radio.
Brent, come in.
Standing by.
I presume you were around pretty prep there when you had those leopard tracks earlier. You didn't see any lion tracks earlier.
Any lion tracks look like they're from last night. They cross west from Sandkamp area and then disappear into the block, and I found nothing coming out Seskant side or anywhere else.
Look, I've been all on the eastern side where you said you saw them from the helicopter, but I can't pick up any sign of them there.
Yeah, the only tracks, and I said not fresh, went north from Sandkamp into the block on the eastern side, and then down and through the sun split to the west.
So I'm just going to go through that block west of Sandkamp and head towards this country.
Copy. Okay. Now for our back members, of course, there is a keyword, so if you get your keyword right, you can get a high-res photograph to do with what you please. Print it, put it on your wall, use it as your screensaver at work. It is up to you. And this week's keyword is going to be Boma. This week's keyword is Boma. And there are some rhinosters. Thank you, Charles. So if you can send it through your answers on the app, and if the app is still giving you issues, you can just email it through to info@paintdog.tv. There are 4 rhinos here, actually. So 3 there and a big bull hiding in the bushes to the right. You can't really see him yet. Just see his grey bottom through the bushes. That's the bull, Charles, that's been I'm sure that's been hanging around the house. And Connie says, look at this, my kind of roadblock indeed. Mary, oh wow, rhinos. Chubby unicorns. They look nice and relaxed. Let's get a bit closer. Oh, she's being angry with the bull. So her calf is getting to the age now where she's going to start coming to estrus, and quite often the big bulls at this time will become quite aggressive towards the sub-adults and start pushing them, but the mother instinct is still quite strong, so quite often mothers will fight back. And here's the big boy on our right. Hello, big man. Are you enjoying your grass? Oh, he is a big boy. Such a big boy. Absolutely awesome. So we've got 3 females of different ages up ahead. We've got a nice adult female, and then I'm guessing, I'll have to double check with Hanu, but the female closest to us is probably around nearing sexual maturity, and then a little one probably just around 2. I'm pretty sure the big boy's been harassing them for quite some time. That's why they're taking this opportunity to sort of skedaddle. Let's see if big boy realizes. I did know that, Carol, that unicorns are the national animal of Scotland. It's of course because unicorns were said to be able to kill lions, and the national animal of England is of course a lion. And from the mythology, that's where that comes from. See, he's hot on the tail. He's hoping that that female will be ready for mating soon. And she's just defecated there, so he's smelling. We might even get a bit of rhino phlegm and grimace, which is quite funny because they really do struggle to lift their lips. You also might do a little mark on it. Oh, he's phlegm and grimacing in the wrong direction. Oh, my pleasure, Carol. Now, off on the trail of the girls. Now we've got a bit of time. I think they're going to move around and probably try to come out at Limwindering. So let's swing around. Because I can hear them moving parallel to us through the bush. You can see them. They're moving quite quickly. They're still... Oh, there they are. No, they're still a bit far. Very nice. Yeah. Hi, guys.
Hi. Enjoy it.
You too. Can you see them straight ahead of us? There's the female. You can just make out like a grey, looks like a log right in front of me, or a rock, sorry, rather than a log. You can hear them snorting, or hear the male snorting. He's definitely feeling frisky. I can actually hear him grunting and moaning as well. wait a second. See if they are going to keep moving. Well, good luck at your work meeting, Mary. No, it sounds like they're going deeper into the block. Okay. Well, I think we'll continue looking for a last minute leopard. Or maybe, who knows, even a last minute cheetah. To love the different hues of the mountains as the light changes. So what I'm doing, judging where we saw that female leopard tracks and the route she quite often takes from there, if she hasn't been stalking something or whatnot, she tends to come through from Kudu Krip along this road here and sort of up towards Eastervark or Porcupine Road, and then comes down towards us, back down towards Kudu Krip. So I'm hoping maybe she's stuck to her normal route. We tend to find her anywhere in this section at this time of the day. Everyone's got their spotty cat eyes on. Sometimes she does actually go up towards Mamba Dam as well. She likes to come down. And so she might have seen impala, got sidetracked. This is very commonly her sort of territorial patrol. Not today. You know, it's very surprising. I don't think we've seen a giraffe today. Unusual for this part of the world, considering how many giraffe we saw from the helicopter. They are quite a bit easier to see than other animals from the helicopter. Might get us some really nice evening chorus up ahead here with robins. What was that? A scrub hare. Yeah, scrub hare. Just trying to pretend I didn't hear him or see him, keeping dead still. You just see his ears. Oh no, he's gone into the thicket. It's always great when I do get the opportunity to show people scrub hares in the light, because you can almost see through their ears. They're so thin, but they catch sound so incredibly well. Carol, I have not seen any warburgs on Rietspruit yet. I know there's been a couple seen in Baluli and a couple seen in Kruger, but our warburgs have not arrived. Neither, I haven't seen warburg step. Well, also I've only been back for a few days. Good stop for a quick little listen. Nothing sneaking down for a drink. The only thing I see is, I think I see a dove sitting in the thorn tree on the edge. I was hoping for a bit more of the robins, but I think we might be a little bit late now. So here's a good area for white-throated robin, white-browed scrub robin. Up a little bit, on that up a little bit. Keep coming up. Keep coming up. There, what's that? Yeah, that. Is that a dove in there? No. Just thorns, I think. Just a tightly... Was that it? Where's my binoculars? Could be something a bit more interesting than I thought it was. No.
I'd like to make my way. I'm just at that and I'll start slowly making my way.
I don't see any predators. Their prowlers just lying in the road, partially eaten.
Okay, copy that. Thanks, Graham. We'll come up
That's interesting.
and have a look.
Quite far away there. A half-eaten impala found in the middle of the road. That's almost certainly a leopard. Maybe a skittish leopard heard the car coming.
They're all together here on the fence line just north of Zimbabwe, slowly making their way in that direction. I'm leaving the lock unattended.
When your finger slipped there, I thought no, it's fine. I thought I heard a distant alarm call. Yeah, Betty says she remembers the kamikaze scrub hair. Let's try to run under the car when you're visiting Juma in 2018. Must have been just before I left, Betty. There, Deneen says a Warburgs was seen on Wildlife Estate yesterday. Okay. No last minute leopards for us tonight, it seems. Well, I'm about to go do something. I think this is a much better idea to do what I'm about to do at this time of the day. Is that a leopard? What is in the road? It's impala, I think. Yes, impala. That would have been very funny if that was a leopard. It's impala. Our pleasure, Barbara. So I'm going to use our newly constructed sauna. It's actually a soundproof room for voiceovers. It'll be the first time it's ever been used tonight. So wish me luck. Matthew says I have to crack a beer over it. There's a lot of carpet in there. I don't think that'd be a good idea. It'd be quite smelly. Okay. Oh, look at that. There's a little diker at Critter Cam. You get him through there. Little diker drinking at Critter Cam. No, forward, not back. Sorry. Hello, little one. Okay, isn't that a nice little way to end this evening's safari with a little backlit diker at Critter Cam. But it's been great, it's been grand, and I will see all of you very, very soon. I think, when's the next drive? On the 5th. It's a private safari for those of you who are going to be joining on the 5th. I'll see you there tomorrow afternoon, I think. But for now, it's time for the Painted Dog TV pack that is resident at the den site. So love you and leave you.